post-COVID, since then I've been with Zoom, and I'm the EO and the EO, yeah, for Peranakan cooking Zoom session. And I think basically, like many of us, we are very passionate with a lot of things, like maybe passionate about everything of traveling, like any other person, traveling, eating, shopping, and what else? Internet, watching a lot of Korean shows and things like that. Of course, another part of me is about exploring what I can do, you know, not so much for a living, but more for my own interest, for my own passion. So my passion is basically it's more of cooking. Even if I earn the money, I have profits, I will also go back to the society, not for myself. Yeah, I think that's all. Let me see. What's the name? June help. Pass it to June help now. June? No, okay. Can't hear you. Can't hear. Can't hear. No. Try again. Can't hear. No. I think your speaker not so good now. Then you do something about it. I'll call Kola instead then. Okay. Later then you come back to you. Kola.
Yes. Why?
Your turn to speak, to introduce.
Oh, okay. My name is Kola. Okay, I'm a half Thai. My mother is a Thailand. Okay, I'm very active. I like hiking, everything. Play squash, tennis, everything I like. Martial art, all. Okay, I'm an admin of many group chats. You are interested, can join me. I got karaoke, dancing, everything. That's all for me. Some of what I want to talk. Okay lah. So I want to point who I point Terence.
No. Oh, okay.
Can right? I tell also have to introduce himself also.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, my name is Terence, and
now your turn. You didn't show yourself.
Sorry. And I love to organize Zoom gatherings as well as physical gatherings for members. I'm still working. I run my own business, right? And I definitely look forward. I used to live in Thailand, but I have some friends, and I keep on thinking that I would want to move to JB. And of course, I've always wanted to form a community to stay in JB, whether one but to form a community in JB. Okay, I hope that I can get into JB once the COVID situation gets better, and probably around the middle of next year. Okay, all right. Maybe let me go on to the next person, and I'll pick on June Pei.
June, your turn now again. So her speaker wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Okay, June, we cannot hear you, so you have to try again. Maybe we will go to W. Wong. Wong, can you introduce yourself?
Oh, he's in the bus now. He can't talk, I think.
Okay, all right, then let's move on. Let's move on to Ong LK.
Unmute yourself, Ong.
Can't hear. You unmute.
Okay, can you hear?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just stepped out of the bus. I'm using Zoom through my handphone. My name is Wong, Win Wong. I can be considered as a retiree, but I'm still looking for activities to do. I've been staying in Johor, shuttling 3-4 days between West Johor and West Singapore, because I have 2 properties in Johor, and I use one of my properties in Johor to keep my things. So basically, I feel that the future for our sanity is to move into a place where there's not as crowded as Singapore. So the reason why I'm joining this is to share my living experience
in Johor.
in Johor and in Singapore. Hopefully, some can benefit from my actual experience, because there's a lot of misinformation in the form of media, official media, and social media. What I intend to share is from perspective of a real Singaporean living in Johor, owning a Johor car, owning Johor properties, and dealing with the reality of people.
Okay, Wong.
In
Wong, we will come back to you again, but this will be a
okay.
short introduction. Please, okay, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Living in Malaysia has always been.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Oh, me. Yeah lah. I'm starting to tell you what I like. I'm on. So living in Malaysia has always been at the back of my mind lah. So all the time I've been going in and out, but I'm just thinking whether it'd be good to really stay there for a while and see what's the difference. So I'm still half active, working. I mean, taking it at a slower pace. And what else? Yeah. So I probably like to know more people that has the same interests like Wong. Like to see what from his perspective about the security of living in JB. That's probably what he wants to say when he talk about media, because the media has always put a bad light on security in JB. Okay.
Okay, all right. Maybe what we'll do is I think we will start the discussion, but we have a short introduction. We got to get to know one another a little bit better. Okay, but the purpose of this discussion is to go further into this topic on the aging together in JB. So we will stay only on the word aging together and JB.
Okay.
To start, maybe if one of you can like to start first on how do you feel about the idea of building a community in Johor? Maybe if I could ask Ong to take the lead.
Oh, I think to live in somewhere outside our natural environment, we really need to get together, each other support. So building if we are thinking of going there, I think building a community is important. Whether we stay together, same block, same area, or what, at least you can get a group together, share the experiences, and support each other in times of crisis or in good times as well. Yeah, I don't dominate. Maybe someone can take over.
This is a discussion, so everybody feel free to contribute. We will take about 15 minutes on this.
Yeah, I think I've discussed it quite long ago. I mean, quite a while ago about, living together. The idea is good. The concept is good. But we all know that, if we somehow live together as a community, there are a lot of differences because of different background and all that. Yeah, like what I said earlier, I would suggest, even for myself, I would rather live out, not really a community in the sense that living together, maybe in a block of flats, maybe, a unit by myself, but to live together within the unit, sharing the rooms, I would not think so. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather live on my own. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of differences and a lot of challenges to sort of sort out. And I don't mind, like Ong has said earlier, when times of crisis, times of need, or when there are good times, we can always gather together, for many things, for even eating together. Yes, because if you live in a block flat, different units, but you still can gather together to have a meal together. Okay, the concept that I've gone through at Nanning, yes, people live really in same block, but different units, and they gather for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner, and they even have their own karaoke and things. Going up together as a group for karaoke and all that. So this is actually okay. We can do that together as a community. That is, as far as I'm concerned, but I don't know about other people's way of thinking. I'm talking about aging in JB, Yeah.
Can I talk?
Yeah, sure.
Hello, can I talk?
Please. Wong, right? Yeah.
There are already many different. Yes, sir. There are already many different groups, senior citizen aging groups in Johor with their own different communities. We have to realize that Johor is actually very, very, very big. And a subdivision of Johor is this thing called the Iskandar zone. And the Iskandar zone is about 3 times the size of the whole of Singapore. And in order for us as a group to start a community there, it's very important to first get to know one another and to understand each other's respective interests. Because the aging group will depend, the success of the aging group will depend on the commonality of the interests. So where I'm staying is the western part of Johor, which is this estate called East Ledang. East Ledang is like the Watten estate of Johor. And places like Bukit Indah is a bit like Jurong East of Johor. So there are many sub-estates or tamans which caters to different tastes. And I have been staying in my Johor flat since 2012. And so far I have touched wood. I have not felt any danger over there. So the the concept of the impression of danger and security is very much dependent on your relationship with your neighbors. So I think it's very important that we overcome the historical baggage and some of the cultural differences between Malaysians and Singaporeans. Yeah. So this is what I have to say for now.
Wong, can I ask you something? I think
yes, sir.
Depends on the time. In the night, do you feel free to walk around?
From my place to Putri Harbour is about 6 kilometers. I have been out drinking with my friends up to 2, 3 in the morning, and I still drive back. And at night, we still go out cycling at night. And over at my part of Johor, it is safe. It is safe because the western part of Johor was built on a clean slate of land, meaning that they have chased out all the incumbent kampongs and the so-called lower class people. And the neighborhood that I'm living in, I am sharing the same neighborhood with retired Singapore civil servants. I have a retired Singapore Member of Parliament. I have a retired Singapore Deputy Prosecutor. I have a celebrity photographer and a few other so-called high flyers in Singapore living in the neighborhood. So this part of Johor, which I'm staying, is supposedly the safest. And so far, security is not an issue. But there are also many other issues besides security. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. So, I mean, what are the other issues?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. What are the other issues?
The positive would be that I bought a brand new car, a small brand new car for 11,000 Singapore dollars. And the road tax for my car 1 year is only 20 ringgit.
Ah,
which is less than what I pay for parking in 1 day.
yeah.
And by driving a local car, I have explored all the way to Kelantan, Kota Baru, Penang, Ipoh, Kuala Kangsar, Gerik, Taiping, so on and so forth. So it's a wonderful lifestyle. It's a wonderful lifestyle if you keep a low profile, assimilate with the locals, and don't dress like a Singaporean. So what I do is I don't throw away my old clothes, but I wear all all the oldest clothes I have when I'm in Johor. And it's not been an issue.
Yeah.
The negative, another positive is the police over at my part of Johor. They are very, very helpful. In fact, they're more responsive. They're more responsive than the Singaporean police. More flexible. My Singapore motorcycle broke down in Johor, and I applied for my motorcycle to be deregistered. And the Johorian police were more helpful in the sense that they actually visit me in my flat, took pictures of the motorcycle, and gave a statement. The Singapore police will definitely not go out of their way to do similar. So this is another positive attribute. They are taking a lot of efforts to improve so as to be successful in bringing in more foreign investors. But the negative is there is a big sense of laziness, and there's a big sense of cunningness and corruption amongst the managers. Managers meaning that the business people who manage your property, the committee members of the property, they play politics, and they maneuver the certain situation to get into the power of being in the key holders of the committee. And
You're saying so, is it? So you're talking about the management committee.
The property management company, the committee, a lot of them are making a lot of under the table money, and the quality of building construction, the quality of maintenance remains quite poor. So that is the downside. And the enforcement for all these bad practices is very slow. So pro and con, but overall, I think it is going to be a very big challenge, depending on where you're coming from and what you want. To try to make a business and make money in Johor is much more trickier than in Singapore, because paradoxically, because of the very tough conditions that people grow up in, they have no choice to be more thick-skinned, more cunning, and more willing to betray and backstab one another. So business-wise, it goes back to the fundamental quality of being able to know the right people and being just as brutal, just as cunning as a business person. What else would you like to know, sir?
Okay, maybe we can get another person to offer their comments. Louis?
Yeah. Actually, I'm new in this.
Aging.
Yeah, because I have friends went over there. Yeah, they went over there, and then they say they buy those terrace houses. But it's not very safe, as he say, because there's some the smugglers. That mean the thief. They come down from the ceiling, because in those JB houses, those old model type, they don't have a center parity wall where your neighbor and you, they don't have a wall to go all the way up to the roof. So when this robber or this thief come in, they target those houses that got no people. So when they go in from one house to another, they just hop over. So if found like not very safe on that part, maybe it's an old type of terrace houses. But for those like the new one like this, what they call this Horizon or something, that one I think is okay because a lot of expatriates staying there. The cheaper ones are the one that is quite risky, as I say. Yeah.
May I add some comments, please?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, Horizon Hill is the selling point of Horizon Hill is a golf course. And Horizon Hill has had a few break-in, and one of the houses in Horizon Hill has been raided for being a drug lab. Now, upon investigation, the criminals, those who break in, are so well organized that what they for the Horizon Hill case was they rented one house in the estate, and they monitored which are the house which are only occupied on weekends. And what they did was, as being a tenant of the estate, they have the access card to go in and go out, and when the weekend owners are not around, they break in and they steal the belongings and the car. And normally a lot of these are inside jobs. It happens in almost every estate. And the best preventive measure to avoid being a victim of such crime is to develop a good relationship with your direct neighbors, so around your neighbors to look out for you. Crime is something which we cannot avoid, and it happens everywhere. But despite the horror stories we hear about break-in, drug lab, gangster den, so on and so forth. Yes, it exists, but from my experience, in some ways, it's good to know some of these people because it's better to be in good relationship with them so that they don't target you rather than to just ignore them and end up being the next potential victim. So the environment is different from Singapore, yes, but at the same time, this environment improve on your survival and your living skills in observing society.
Wong,
And this is probably
Wong, you mean get to
this
know?
is probably another.
You mean get to know the crooks?
Sooner or later, you will know them lah. They will know you. You will know them lah. And they are not as, these people are not as dangerous. They are all business people lah. Everyone is out to make money. So it's just that these people, they are a bit more desperate. They have more desperate means of money. So at the end of the day, it's all about cooperation, survival, and
but we are going for you see, when actually, what your story is similar from what I heard from a guy 20, 30 years ago. Go there, live a low-key life. He even dress like a pauper so that he don't attract attention. Then that's quite difficult to live, isn't it? We want to have a peace of mind when you're doing a retirement there. Then at the same time, you worry about how you dress. I mean, not that you want to show off and all that, no, but that become always at the back of our mind, security as a concern, right?
well, like I said earlier, it depends on the individual's preference. In Johor, the Singaporean retirees I know in Johor, the ones who are happier there are the ones who adapt to the local conditions and keep a low key. For the other Singaporeans who expect Johor to be like Singapore in terms of efficiency and to assert the Singapore way of managing standards, they are the ones who end up being not very happy. So it's all about adjusting your expectations. As for myself, I have run out of space to keep my things in Singapore, so I bought a place in Johor to keep my stuff. And I enjoy driving, and I don't get a chance to. I don't see the sense of paying so much money to buy a car in Singapore anymore. And Johor to me is not Johor, but another base for me to explore the other parts of Malaysia. So the kampongs are disappearing, and the window of opportunity is getting smaller in the sense of enjoying the kampong and the countryside lifestyle, which is very much like the old Singapore. So this is how I look at it. Yeah, go there to spend money. It's okay. Go there to make money is almost impossible, unless you have.
I'd like to take a break, Wong. I'd like to move on to Tan Po Heng. Can you give us your thoughts?
Well, as I said earlier, I'm quite interested in renting a unit, either in a condo or a landed property, depending on those who are keen. So as a group, maybe let's say, assuming we rent a unit in a condo, let's say we rent 3 room or 4 rooms. So So each room can accommodate 1 or 2 people, and if 2 people, then share the cost. So as a target is 4,000 Singapore dollars a year for 1 room, okay. So my plan is that I go there maybe 2 or 3 times a week, not every day, because I'm still working ad hoc here in Singapore, so I cannot go there and stay full time. So if we can gather a few people to commit, then we can then look at location, because there are a few locality to explore. So if we can gather more information as a group, then it will be easier to plan ahead, you see. But of course, we can only start earliest is June or July next year, after the COVID situation is resolved. Okay, so my plan is to go there, even though I rent the room for 1 year. Let's say we commit to a rent for 1 year, but we can go there whenever we are free. For example, on the weekends or whenever we have free time, we can go there and enjoy the food, go shopping, go cinemas, cycling, and whatever there. So I think that will be a part of a retirement plan. So I wonder how you all think about that.
Can we move over? Stella, can you give us your thoughts on this subject? Okay. David, can you give us your thoughts?
Okay, thanks. Yeah, to be honest, like what Mr. Ong say, I don't feel safe. The furthest I go is a City Square, and then perhaps KL Mall. That's about it. Yeah, because I hear so much, and then the way I see the whole Johor is like become like a cowboy town, ghetto. You look at Sentosa, you know, Sentosa is a good example. It used to be so lively, you know, the market used to go there. And then today you go to look at Sentosa, it's a totally like a ghetto, yeah. So that's my take. But don't let me discourage you guys thinking of settling down there, please. Yeah, that is my take. Yeah.
David, very interesting. So should I put you back to the waiting room?
Sorry, what is that?
Should I put you into the waiting room?
No, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I mean, I just listening to different views. Yeah. In fact, I was telling you the other day, Terence, if you know, just a side track. I'm after visiting Johor and Batam. I feel Batam is safer. Let's not sidetrack, but this is my thought. I mean, I don't know whether how many of you have been to Batam. When I'm in Batam, I can safely go around with.
David,
Yeah.
let's move on again.
Sorry.
June, can you give us your thoughts on this topic?
June, me is it?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
I agree with David Tan. Batam is definitely more safe than JB. In terms of the custom, you look at the custom officers and JB custom officers, the great difference, the working attitude and the bribery. Of course, Batam also got bribery. Not a bribery, yes, to the custom officers, but it's not so in JB. But if you want to stay in JB, of course, the cost of living is lower than Singapore. But of course, the safety comes first, lah. I got my ex-boss, lady boss. She was a true born JB. Her parents stay in JB and they stay in the private house. So she has been in Singapore, mommy, for 20 years. You know what she tell me? She said whenever she goes back to JB, to her father's house, by 9 p.m. she will not go out. That's a true JB who stay there, born there, say that. So what do you think if Singaporeans go there? You know, Singaporeans are very, very naive. Okay, they only think good things. But we are not as screwed as JB people. the security is definitely you cannot compare to Singapore. And I got one JB, also we went to JB, and then she's also a true JB. She stayed there alone. She stayed in the I think it's the Lowe's, I think it's the terrace house. She stayed alone. Every night, I went to a house once, but I noticed that in front of the house, the bedroom is very big. But she didn't stay in the front rooms. She stayed right behind the kitchen, and she make one room there. Why? I mean, you just think yourself, why should I make one room exclusive inside the kitchen, one room as a bedroom, but the two rooms in front is empty. She's not staying there the front room. But of course now this is much. But peace for me is I just go there, shopping, eat. Very most I stay 2 nights or 1 night at the hotel, finish. But I'd rather stay in Bangkok or Chiang Mai or David Tan, Batam. Yes. Batam, if you get a close Batam friend, even an Indonesian Batam friend, make a close friend, just safely stay beside them.
So my question to you is, June, will you consider aging together in JB?
I already tell you I will not. I will not stay. I will not stay there.
June, let's move on. Sally, can we hear your point of view?
I like your last statement. My point about aging in JB, because I was in and out, and I also went down to take the papaya plant for June. And all you talk about is how you spend your time in JB, the security in JB, blah, blah, blah. There's no aging, leh. So basically, I'm here to support you all as one of the participants and be a listener. But it was a little bit sidetracked, so I'll be blur. Sorry, that's all I can say.
Aging in JB is just like you are going to stay there. So our
Yeah,
point
but if
already,
it is 2-3 days, what's the point? I'm so comfortable in here.
yeah, that's why I
stay for
say
the
I
house.
only
Yeah.
can go there. There's 2-3 days. That's enough.
Yeah.
Carry on. Melissa, can you give us your point of view?
친구가 있다고? 네가 언제부터? 벌써 6개월 도 넘었거든요.
Melissa, you are muted.
Okay, hold.
Yeah, your
Okay,
camera also same as half her face is gone.
The security is not there, so I don't feel the comfortable of. I'm staying in JB. You see, because he says that he got to dress down. He can't even go out to be your own self. So it's more or less it's restricted. If once the security is not there, I don't think I would want to retire there and stay there. As maybe I go there maybe to shop, stay a few nights. That's good, but permanently, I don't think so. Yeah, I think I've decided not to if there's no security, that you don't feel comfortable there. Then just now Pohin was saying is that getting a unit rent a place is more like a staycation. I think that might be feasible, you see. Yeah, but it's not permanently that I'm going to move there. That means uproot myself from here and move there. No, I don't think so.
I'm quite interested, Melissa. So why
because my priority is security.
Okay, Melissa, pretty interesting.
Sorry?
Why did you join this session?
Okay, out of curiosity, because earlier when we talk about aging, you see, I mean, when we first start about aging in JB, it's about the cheap cost and the cost of living in it. But as you go deeper in, you learn more. So I mean, that is how I come to take a look and see what is it like, whether it's feasible or not. If I don't come in, I won't know what is going on, right?
Okay, but you have decided that aging together in JB is not your cup of tea.
It's not our
Not
cup
my
of tea,
yeah.
but it's cup of
Not
our
my cup of
curiosity.
tea. Yeah, not my cup of tea, yeah.
Let's move on first.
Yeah, I will say that because the
point of view, Mali.
Sorry, Karen.
Marlene is muted.
Muted.
Okay, I'm muted already. Yeah, this is my first attendance. Yes, it is also my dream to find another place in the world somewhere better than Singapore. But I guess some of the criteria I'm looking at will be the weather. So I like cooler weather. So one of the places I've always had in mind would be places like Chiang Mai or Kunming, in China. JB, well, it's basically out of curiosity. I'm in here tonight just to see where is everybody now in terms of planning the retirement in JB. So I'm just listening in. And is there another group that talks about retirement somewhere else in a cooler city, cooler town besides JB?
Cameron Highland.
Chiang Mai, yeah.
No, Cameron Highland.
Or Cameron Highland. Yeah, probably. Because I like to be surrounded by plantations and agriculture because I love food. So to me, it is very important that I must near food sources.
Cameron Highland is quite nice, except that now everything is polluted over there. The streams are very polluted. I don't. That's a big problem.
I see.
Because of the vegetable farms.
Yes, I think from memory, I've had a very good experience. Short trips to Cameron Highlands. Yes.
I think it's
lots
quite
of fresh vegetables and food.
nice place actually.
Yes.
But most of our vegetables are from Cameron Highland. Anyway, sidetrack again.
Okay, so yeah. Is this my first choice? No, probably not JB.
Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you, Terence.
Your thoughts, Stella?
Okay. I don't mind to try for 1 year and see how not safe and how safety it is. You see, then I can decide whether I want to stay longer than 1 year or not. You see, I am the type of no venture, no gain. I want to venture and see what I gain. You see, so I'm not scared of all this unsafety, all this. I'm not scared. I want to try. Okay. I will stay for 1 year. See, those people, they stay where I will stay together in the condo. But I prefer myself one unit. I don't want to share room.
Same lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my point. Okay.
Yeah.
So go to another one.
Catherine, did I ask you, Catherine?
Okay, I think I've shared my views a little. I have relatives living in JB itself now. Quite a few relatives living down there. If you are talking about security, I have stayed there for a few nights. I actually enjoy the life down there. It's very countryside kind of life. I mean, it's not like Singapore, so urbanized. I don't remember seeing any. I mean, we are talking about security and all that. I stayed there for a few nights, day and night. I can see. Okay, maybe my relatives live in a gated kind of landed properties, so it's really gated, and you can see the what guard those guards in front and all that. They will take note of every familiar faces. Even by myself, I'm supposed to be very unfamiliar, a new face to them. They will take note. So I don't know, so far that I was there, a few times, security is quite okay. And we move very freely. If you're talking about dressing, I think these people that I mean, relatives and friends and all that, they seem more of the middle and upper middle class people. So the dressing is more or less what I dress. So I don't think there's any problem that this is concerned. And they also drive flashy cars and all that. So not a problem either. I mean, of course, JB plate and all that. So I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, where security is concerned, I think it's okay. And I still will consider JB, not so much of stay permanently settle down there, but I will live there for a while And I said earlier to some people here that because I'm interested in the large piece of land where I can grow things down there, I will be going there definitely. Not now, after the COVID, and see how things are working out. But I'm afraid there will be a cost, like again, go back to Ong. I think he had mentioned quite some times back about aging and aging 3 and 4. That is a problem. That will be an issue in the sense of medical, where when it comes to medical, we do not benefit the medical over there because health-wise, we still got to come back to Singapore to do it. Suppose we can go to the private hospitals, we still can. It's okay. Okay, my take is I will go over when after this COVID and see how things. But that doesn't mean that I will uproot myself. No, I will still retain my place here, and maybe rent out the whole house, but still will be in Singapore. I mean, what do you call it? My citizenship, I should say, my citizenship will still be in Singapore.
Yeah lah, correct. Still Singapore. Then when we sick, we come Singapore to see doctor.
Yeah.
That's right. So easy only was just take a cab, come back Singapore, see doctor. Then go back to JB. That's right.
Yeah.
It's no harm, try 1 year lah, no harm lah.
No, I have been considering for a long time. It's not because of SHC that I'm interested. I have been interested all this while because I have relatives down there. And, I see their lifestyle is so different, totally different from Singapore. Every morning they get up, they will go to the park there and do exercise. And they build up a group of very good friends, and they do things together all the time, different groups. But I like that kind of lifestyle, very, very kampong kind, where you really get to know each other. You do a lot of things together. Not only things in crisis, people were rarely around. Unlike Singapore, I have experienced what it's like when I have a crisis. Nobody come here to bring me to hospital. I have to go on my own. Whereas in JB, you can, or should I say Malaysia for that matter. That kind of kingship is so different from Singapore. Singapore is not very people related in that sense. They are more or less you're on your own in Singapore. Whereas in Malaysia is like, okay, JB for that matter. They really think of taking you to wherever you need to go, and that's them. And they don't want you to pay them, even you want to pay them for some money, they don't want, and that is again Malaysia. I like their way of thinking, the way of behavior and all that. It's so different, so selfish. Singapore is very self-centered. People are very self-centered and very, everything is me, I, me, everything is themselves, not other people's way of thinking. Okay.
Can we have Bobby Bob to give us your views?
Okay, I need to leave. Good night, everyone. Thank you for the interesting view. Catch up again.
Bobby, I'm muted.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. I was saying it all depends on where you stay and then what you dress, what car you drive. Like for Wong, he drive a Malaysian car, then he dress like a pop person. It's relatively safe lah. Then also depend on where you go lah. You see City Square, you see a lot of video shots, The motorcyclist will just kind of snatch the woman's handbag, So I mean, this thing is quite possible, I suppose. In those type of areas, there's a lot of immigrants, they are desperate. So if you're unlucky, you can get robbed. It's quite true. But of course, the lifestyle there, when it's back to normal, it's quite good. It's very cheap there. things are cheap. So it all depends on where you stay and how you locate yourself, you know. You probably like Wong, you get a Malaysian car, maybe an old car, then like Sam go, he's quite happy there over there. Then you can still look like Malaysian lah, you know, that's normal. Don't drive flashy car. You drive a normal Malaysian, old Malaysian car, and then a bit of lingo, Malay like Malaysian, then I think it's quite okay. But from my point of view, I think there's not necessary to really group together and then all under the same house, share rooms. Because nowadays it's very cheap. B&B, you can get as low as 30 ringgit, you know, per night. So there are many avenues there to stay. Because one thing, you stay together, it's not easy. You know, sometimes when you go out, even the same group, you got a lot of differences. So once you stay in the same house, as Catherine says, it's not easy. That's my point of view. But of course, to stay for short term, you know, go for a while, go together, meet each other for lunch, for dinner. It's fine. It's a good place. Yeah, it's a good place.
Alternatively, would any of you consider staying in a retirement village in Johor? In other words, in a retirement village, you have the facilities, you have the security, you have enough space.
So one thing, Ong, you must know that we are Singaporean. We got a lot of advantage now. Then MediSave and also on insurance and all that. So in Singapore, it's still the best to come for medical. So if you stay in retirement there, then if you're really sick, then how? You're going to see doctor and things like that is a problem, is it? Then the cost as well.
The reality from my perspective, since 2012, is almost all the senior citizens I know, they go into JB to buy medicines. And
no,
medicine,
for your own personal use, it's okay. But when it comes to big operation, you know, go to polyclinic, you can play MediSave, understand?
Yes,
Real one, then you need the medical facility in Singapore. Like for medicine, yeah, of course, you stay there, you just a big headache, you buy Panadol, this and that. Vitamin is fine, yeah, it's good. So in that case, then you don't really need to stay in JB to buy. You just
Wong, it's quite interesting to hear that good quality retirement homes in JB.
There are some Singaporeans I know who are developing Singapore standard retirement homes in Johor. That will happen in about 2 to 3 years time. But back to the medical cost. The Gleneagles Hospital in Johor does have a facility to make deductions from your CPF for medical in Gleneagles Johor. So things are changing slowly. Some other hospitals, I cannot also remember exactly which one, also has the CPF MediSave link to Singapore. From another perspective, some of the Singapore medical facilities may be overloaded. So some of this can be farmed out to Johor with so-called international standard doctors practicing. Another observation which is real is that there are more and more Japanese, more and more Koreans moving into Johor. They send their children to the international school in Johor. And there is quite a number of what you call Peitu Mama, one Korean housewife with 3 or 4 different children from different parents living in Johor, attending the international schools there. Because as it is at this point, Johor is a place where you can have the world's cheapest cost in attending an international IB education. So things are happening, things are changing. Yes, there is crime, there is danger, there is no perfection everywhere. But the fact of the matter is things are changing. The authorities are making the effort to improve, and Singapore government will have to be kept on its toes to justify the high cost of doing business in Singapore. Yeah, and also quite a number of the offshore companies I know, McDermott, Global Industries, Mammoet, they have shifted out of Singapore and relocated up in KL. When I live in Johor, it's very easy for me to get up early in the morning, drive to KL for a lunch appointment, and drive back to Johor. Very easy, very convenient. Our relationship with the distance has to change. 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer drive is no big deal if you're Malaysian compared to a Singaporean. So in order for Singapore to move ahead and to be relevant to the world, we need to expand our mental mindset towards a lot of things. We are not Singapore, we are not Malaysia, but we are fellow Southeast Asians. I hope I made myself clear.
My view is if you want to stay, don't give up your citizenship for Singapore. You can go there and try out, like what Catherine say, or whichever Kola say, you stay 1 year. If you really like, then you extend to 2nd year, and then 3rd year, 4th year. But don't give up your citizenship yet.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yeah. So
No, we will die Singaporean. That is a fact. We are
yes.
born here. We are born here. We'll die here. But in our human makeup, in our human physiology, we need open space. We need to connect with the real nature of seeing a real sunrise, real sunset, or seeing real stars up in the sky at night. It is almost impossible to see real stars in Singapore anymore because of the light pollution.
I mean, who knows, you like that and love to see the stars and the moons, and you still give up your citizenship. I mean, is there is so good. Why don't give up?
No, we are born here, we die here. Yeah. The reason why Johor has this advantage is because 24/7 is very easy to move in and move out. If I move to Batam, we have a shipyard in Tanjung Unchang in Batam. Yeah, it's also a matter of perspective. If I move to Batam, I will be subject to the ferry schedules. And yes, Batam center appears to be safe. But if you go into Tanjung Unchang, you go into other estates in Batam, they even have an estate in Batam called Shangri-La. Sounds safe, but in reality, it's completely different. So yes, we will remain Singaporeans. We will still keep our roots here, but in order to self-actualize, we need space to spread out and to continue the learning process in life.
Yes, that's why I say you can go there. Those who never venture to JB before, try a year, like Catherine said, go and try. If you got no baggage for you to lay in Singapore anymore, if you have no children to think of or your career to think of, by all means go and stay. In fact, you don't have to get any feedback from anyone. You're free to go there and stay, try out 1 year, maybe 2 years. By the time of 5 years, you think of really stay there permanently. So just move and stay, whichever who wants to go there and stay. My advice is that. For us, why we are reluctant, because we still got family here. So we are not feasible to move around yet. And we also still consider all these consequences. So for those who are very carefree now, you are a person that nothing to hold you here. You are free, just I was advised just go ahead and stay. This is what everyone is looking for, the type of nature life in Malaysia.
I think it's not only that, I think it's also about economy, I mean, for economic reasons.
Yeah, whichever reasons, just go. I say just go.
It's 3 times Singapore, I mean, you can get anything for that matter, 3 times cheaper than Singapore. That's number one.
You must venture, then you know. Okay.
We have another 15 minutes more, so we don't have much time. What I'd like to do is to quickly go on to the next topic, okay, which I've sent out, which is point number 2. In principle, in general, if we target a figure of $4,000 per year rental, how do you see this cost? Okay, anybody like to start?
4,000. Sorry, 4,000 is for a house or with many bedrooms?
No, just
a room.
One room.
What I'm saying is, if we rent
4,000 rental, yeah,
$4,000
a year.
room.
It's talking about
Okay, Kat, would you like to start first?
6 times 12.
1,000 ringgit a month.
Yeah, 1,000 ringgit a
More
month.
than sufficient. 1,000 ringgit a month is more than enough. You see, you don't really need.
What's your view?
No, the one is pay the room or pay what? Huh?
Okay.
Just only one room or one whole condo ourselves? You see, I'm more interested to know. You just say 4,000, I don't want. I better rent the whole condo.
No, the whole condo is very cheap only. It's about 600. Sing money, we are talking about Sing money, is about 600 per month.
So now I'm asking Terence, 4,000 a year. The one is each person get one condo, just one room or what? I want to know more clear, you see. 4,000 is nothing. 1 year is 4,000 is nothing. But stay with what? Share room, I don't want.
Stella, where you stay, where you rent is going to be up to you.
Oh, okay. Then okay lah, no problem.
The thing is that assuming we use a figure of $4,000 per room per year as a concept, what do you think?
I think okay. The 4,000 for 1 year, 4,000 so little only. Okay for me. Huh? So sweet
to say so sweet.
Right now, Catherine, that's why. For us too, it's so sweet. Maybe you be my neighbor, huh?
Yeah, okay.
So it's around 100, 110 per month. Sing. It's okay. Very, very, very cheap.
Correction, it's $300 a month. It's not.
Maybe it's a kampong house lah. Kampong house you can.
300 plus a month.
Over lah. He's talking about 300 over lah. 4,000 is about 300 over a month lah. It's about that lah.
A month or a year? I thought.
A month.
Month is about
300 over a month. Then it comes to about 1,000 ringgit a month. Understand?
Yes, correct.
4 times 3 is 12,000. So 12,000 ringgit. So 1 month is 1,000 ringgit. So 1 month actually in Singapore money is about 330 lah.
That lah, thereabout.
Never mind lah, can lah.
Yeah,
Okay,
still quite cheap lah.
Okay, we're gonna
I
be
try 1 year lor. I try 1 year go and venture. Can go clubbing, go dancing, go anything.
Okay, so
All right.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Give us this number of.
I don't want to wait until when I'm 80 years old then go, no. I want to go when I'm very active now, can go and enjoy there, I go, 80 years old, go for what?
Okay. Can we hear your views on this number?
Oh,
It's not listening.
What's that? What's that? Sorry.
What do you think of this $4,000 per year per room?
I think per room basis, you'll be quite comfortable. The question is, do you want to stay in a condo or do you want to stay in a rented house? I always don't feel safe living in a condo because of the parking and going up the lift.
I like very much condo, can claim staircase.
Claim what? And claim what?
Can claim the staircase. The higher, the better. So exercise, claim up.
This is not HDB flat.
Condo, condo got staircase, right? You either take lift or take staircase, right?
HDB is open, okay? The staircase is open. You are
Condo
safe.
also open. No, condo also open.
Boy, can we hear your views about this $4,000?
Who do you ask? Who are you asking?
Boheng,
Yes.
can you tell us your view about this $4,000? What do you think?
$4,000 is very reasonable. And as some of you suggested, I also thinking of commit to 1 year first. After the 1 year, you can think of extension or to give up. So this is like a trial, you know.
Yeah.
See how is the condition living there, because most of us have not tried this experiment, as I should say. So it'd be good to try it out for 1 year and see how it goes. If it goes well, then you can extend. If it doesn't go well, you can either decide to come back or to explore another location. So it is up to members, you see.
Very good. David, can you give us your viewpoint?
Sorry, I think the cover budget is affordable. Yeah, the budget is affordable.
Okay, Louis, can you give us your viewpoint?
I think if I want to rent a room, there's no privacy lah. But I'd rather rent the whole unit, and then maybe those are studio apartment. That means 1 room or 2 room type of condo lah. Then I think it's better. See, if you rent 1 room, then another one maybe is our member, then it's okay. That means our HSC member, then it's okay. At least we know each other.
A lot of differences.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You're going to find a cold country, but what do you think of this $4,000 in JB?
Marlene. Muted. Unmute.
It's me, is it? Well, I think financially, $4,000, it is an affordable amount. And I'm beginning to understand that this is going to be just a trial, right? For members. So this is not a retirement, a permanent residence for retirement. It's more like, okay, do we want to find a group of people venturing out to JB and find a place to rent? Terence, can I find out, is there like some prescribed activities that you're thinking of when we have a group of people living together?
Your group that comes in, we don't have a plan for it.
Oh, okay.
Can we ask Sally, are you there? Although you have no intention,
yes.
Can you give us your thoughts on this $4,000 per room per year?
If you're talking about 4,000 per room per year. Per room, no.
No, this is ringgit, no. This is ringgit, no. This is Singapore.
No, 4,000 Sing dollars, okay, my dear.
Oh.
Yeah, per room. Then if I convert it, it's 300.
Yeah.
Right? If I convert, it's 300. 300 for 1 room. What for? No privacy, no nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe if you said that you're getting information or ideas from us, and then for this property developer to develop and then give us a special rate of 300, why not? Per unit, studio apartment, why not? Yeah. Other than that, no. Anyway, I stay here free one.
Yes, per room I also don't want. Huh?
Per room, no. Per room,
That's
wow,
why.
commit like in a jail, you know, the four walls. Oh, no.
That's why.
No kitchen, no toilet, no nothing. Oh no.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a very luxurious condo unit. Maybe the room is
Where God?
maybe the room is a 300-400
No.
square feet size
No,
bedroom.
I have
Maybe a philanthropist, is it correct? Philanthropist, he ului dump the money there and all of us pay 300. Okay lah, I go for
Maybe
it.
it's a
Right?
villa. You know,
Yeah,
when you
I
get
know,
a
but where got so
bedroom.
cheap? Well, all don't make castle in the air.
They know we are Singaporean. They won't give us a villa for 300 something one. They will.
Correct.
no
They
lah.
see who when
Get
a
to
Singaporean go,
reality. That's why I'm doing my work. Get to reality. Yeah. Okay. I have my stand already. Yours, yours.
I have relatives there. From what I gather from my relatives' information is that even a landed property, say a semi-D, is about $800 per month of Singapore money. Yeah,
Yes,
it's not.
yes.
Yeah, it's
The
true.
whole landed only 800, you know. Yes.
Yes. So
My
it's,
Thai friend said they rent the whole semi-detached 800. That's
yeah,
why. Yes.
it's very cheap, you know, if you know how to, depending on where you live and all that, like it's not like, may not be Horizon Hills, but it's somewhere, yeah, can say that lah. It's not that expensive. Don't think, I have church friends who already migrated to JB, and we're still in touch. I think one or two of you may know her. She lives there and she comes back to Singapore most of the time. I mean, for dancing and all that, she comes back, you know. So she has been living there for 8 years already. Landed property, but hers is not a semi-D, but hers, I think, is a cluster house or something like that. But about that kind of price, $600-700 only. Okay, and she drives a Malaysian car, a Johor car. She drives that also, and it's not that she's a very wealthy lady, you know. She's just a working lady. That's all. Okay.
Can we take some advice from Wong? Are you there, Wong?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a full facility condo called One Madini, which is the western side of Johor. My friend got a divorce, sold his Teck Whye flat, and he relocated there. I helped him find a rented studio of about 800 square feet. He's paying 900 ringgit a month. And this about 300 sing, 300 sing is 900 ringgit. He's paying 900 ringgit a month for 800 square feet, 1 bedroom, 1 hall, 1 kitchen, free parking,
I don't mind.
Yeah, there is a big surplus. There's a big surplus of condo units in Johor, so it is possible to get yourself a studio apartment. Don't get a room. Get a studio apartment. You can easily get it for between 800 to 1,002 ringgit a month. For the local,
around 1,000, a month.
For the local, now let me step it up bit by bit. The smallest Johor standard is a studio, which you can get for about 900 ringgit a month. The next step up will be local terrace house. Local terrace house is like is a bit like our Serangoon Garden house. That one you can get for about 1,600 ringgit a month. But local terrace house does not have gated garden security, so you will have to depend a lot on your neighbors. Then another step up from the local terrace will be your gated terrace. Gated terrace will be in the form of East Ledang, Horizon Hill, Eco Botanic. This type of gated garden terrace you can easily get for about 2,000 ringgit a month. And then it goes another step higher, more space, more costs. But you have to remember that with more space, it will also mean more cleaning to be done. So don't fall into the trap of a lot of Singaporeans who rush in to rent or to buy a big space, and they end up being a slave to their property because every time they go, they
What happened?
Bobby, can you help us to summarize your thoughts on the $4,000 per month per year?
Yeah, what Wong say is quite correct. Yeah, you can get for 1,000 to 1,500 for those terrace houses. Then for studios, ringgit lah. I mean, for studios, yeah, what saying is correct. It's exactly true. So it's possible. You just need to look around lah.
Okay, I don't mind. I just look around at Property Guru. Marina Cove is on the west near it's got Marina Cove, new condominium. One room studio, 1,002 per month, brand new.
What currency?
Ringgit.
Wow, cheap, right?
400.
Yeah, nowadays it's quite possible.
Brand new condo, no? I've been to Marina Cove. It's a bit off, but it's brand new lah. It's a small development, just opposite Safety lah. So actually, for the price, I think can get quite a decent kind of condo. Probably it's even
you can go to R&F, Princess Cove. Nowadays just TOP, so there are quite a number of rooms available over there. So you can also get there lah. Yeah, that's right. Just net across the border is very convenient.
I think you want to if I would want to rent, I rent somewhere that's totally different environment. I don't want to be in another city. The city, actually Singapore is the best city to be in. If you want to be in a city, stay in Singapore. But actually I was looking at where now the Saru. Totally different kind of environment. But can I just ask Wong, Wong, in terms of security, living in a condominium will be more secure or in the landed property? Or let's say guarded landed property.
Condo, when you live in a condo, you only worry about one door. If you live in a landed, you have to worry about the front door, the side door, the back door, the gate, the noisy dogs from your neighbor, the inconsiderate neighbor parking his car, blocking your gate. So living in a condo is much better than landed. And the only way the landed will be better is if you live in a landed kampung in Batu Pahat or Pontian or Pekan Nanas. So in Singapore, we have the ugly Singaporean syndrome. In Malaysia, you also have the ugly Malaysian syndrome. Some of the neighbors can be very inconsiderate.
How about condominium? This is a personal phobia lah. I think if you are in a condo, when you're going up the lift, that's where you're exposed to robberies.
Okay, gentlemen.
No.
Okay, we will close this session. All right. I will give 5 minutes for everybody just to say hello to one another, and I'll close it in exactly 5 minutes time. Okay, just say hello to one another. You need any context, you can ask one another. All right. After that, this session is being recorded. I believe you will be live and available tomorrow, and then we will have another session in 1 week's time. All right. So just say hello to one another.
Okay, Wong, this is Ong. I like to contact you later on, because actually my aim of staying in JB is to be a platform so that I can drive all over Malaysia.
I have been doing what you plan to do for the past 8 years.
Okay, what's the contact? What's the
Yeah,
contact?
you can message me privately later lah.
Okay, okay.
Terence has my
I do not give away telephone numbers.
Yeah, Terence has my number lah.
No, sorry, Wong. I do not give away telephone numbers.
Okay lah. Then I don't know how to.
Type in the chat group. Type in
Why
the
don't
chat.
you just type in the chat room then? Yeah, then.
Why
then
don't you type
can
in
see.
Zoom chat privately to
Yeah.
Ong LK?
Yeah,
Then nobody
okay,
will know except Ong.
Okay, then send me a private message now and I'll reply because I'm still not very sure how to use
I
this.
don't know whether private or not, but my number is there.
Okay. I'll reply to you.
Yeah, thanks.
May I just say something for just 1 minute? That is, we should not plan too much. It's just if you want to do something, just do it. And I think despite the pro and con, Johor is something which can be easily done. Same as Batam and same as Karimun and other places nearby.
Thank you very much. I have to say good night, goodbye.
Thank you, everybody. Have a nice week ahead, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.